Hi, my name is Claire Hurtado. I am a senior here at ITEP. I don't know what the technicality is for it. I have been in nonstop school since I got out of high school. I went straight to community college and did a couple years there and then went straight into Fresno State's program. I really love being busy and I like going to school, so it kind of is a perfect fit for me. I have grown up in Hanford. I went to Hamilton Elementary, K through 6. Then I went to JFK, 7th and 8th, and went to Hanford High School in freshman through senior. I distinctly remember my transitions from 6th grade to 7th grade and then 8th to freshman year. 6th and 7th, I grew up being a very anxious student. I would cry literally every day. I would throw up, like make myself physically sick. I could not go to school. It was terrible. Kindergarten all the way through 6th grade, and every first day I would get the jitters, but like the jitters would get me, and I would be physically ill the entire year. I remember being gone from school a lot, but still like having to be on top of my schoolwork. But I remember distinctly from 6th to 7th grade, I was like, I literally can't throw up anymore. I'm gonna get bullied. And so I just didn't anymore. And I learned to handle my anxiety differently. And then 8th grade to high school, I was very nervous about going into high school, but my older brother was a senior. And I remember the first day of school, he gave me a hug and he walked me to my first class and made sure I knew where I was. And I just felt very loved and cared for at school when he was there. So I remember those transitions really well. My early education experiences, I remember my parents would read to me every night before bed. My mom was a stay-at-home mom until I was 12, and we would constantly we would always watch PBS Kids together. Every day I came home from school and she would be making dinner and I would watch PBS Kids with her. And my dad was a construction worker, so he worked really, really long hours, but he still made time to sit down with me at the end of the day and read Geronimo Stilton or whatever book we wanted to talk about that day. No activities really stood out from elementary school or junior high, but I distinctly remember my teachers making an impact because I was very anxious all the time. My teachers were very core people for me, to feel safe and comfortable at school. So I remember Mrs. Garcia in 4th grade and Mr. Trejo. He was my 2nd and 3rd grade teacher. So I got really lucky there because he was amazing. He's in Tulare County now teaching. Mrs. Garcia is still at Hamilton. Mrs. Alvarado, I'm still in contact with her. I babysit her kids. Miss Taggart, she's still at Hamilton. She got married. She's now Miss Burchett. And so I really remember those people made a very lasting impact on me. Through high school, I started at AP courses and I ended up dropping out because of a teacher named Mrs. JD. And I felt very torn down in her class. Like, yes, it was hard, but I also felt I did not feel confident with my work at all. Like, it was very difficult to be in her class and to feel encouraged to continue on with my AP courses. So I ended up dropping them because of her, which works out totally fine because I was involved in performing arts all the way around. I was in theater, I was in band, I was in choir. So I really enjoyed all of the things that I got to do there. And a challenge that I faced was unfortunately getting our teacher fired. And that was a challenge because now I'm seeing it I work at an elementary school, so I understand the process of all of that, and I'm seeing different qualities that I don't want as a teacher. Like the teacher that we got fired was very demanding, was very rude, made very crude comments, would cuss at us, all the things. And I realized that she was quick to anger, and I'm careful to watch my tone with the students because it does make a lasting impact, more so than we may even realize as educators. But a very founding experience, or a very profound experience for me, a very good experience in high school was founding Kindness Club. And I feel like that shaped me as who I am now, because I was known as being super nice in all of my school, and I continue to try and be kind and considerate to other people and show compassion, and I really want to bring that into the classroom, making sure that kindness is everywhere and we're treating people kindly despite how we feel about them. In college, I have chosen to be a liberal studies major. I went through West Hills, transferred my degree to COS, finished at COS, and graduated into the ITEP program at Fresno State. A transformative experience was going to New York, even though it has nothing to do with my major. I went with my choir and I absolutely enjoyed every single experience that every single thing that happened in New York. It was a dream, truly. The people that we were surrounded with, the architecture that we saw, the music that we heard was so amazing, and I truly plan to move there someday. I love New York. But a significant project that we had was with Miss Rio's class, who's our education professor, sending us back to observation hours with our teachers. And I emailed my elementary school teachers, who welcomed me with open arms, and I ended up taking a job at that school for some time. And oh my gosh, like, to be able to see the transition from elementary to adult and just see, it was such a sweet experience to have. And I hope that I get to be that kind of teacher for my students when they grow up. So I think that was an amazing, significant project for me, because I got all my observation hours there, and I loved it. A challenge that I encountered during my education was working through burnout. I am a very busy, planned person, that I put a lot of things on my plate that I tend to burn out really quickly, especially when I was learning how to transition from high school to secondary education and figuring out what that looked like for me while still trying to do all of the things and meet with all of the people. Was working through the burnout, doing all of my assignments, making sure they were done well, making sure I wasn't just getting C's, but I was getting A's. Those types of things I really cared about, and I knew I had to work on. And that was actually something that I have grown from. I am working to not have burnout still to this day. I do love planning to my minutes, but I do know that I need to work on my time and how to effectively do my work without exuding myself. And I know that this will be a very crucial, important detail when I become a teacher, because you're busy constantly as a teacher. Your name is constantly called. Your questions are always had, but making sure that you have time for yourself and have a minute and be able to do all of your work well will be very important as a teacher. So, all this long journey to say that I am confident, I am ready. I feel like I'm much more confident because of the schooling that I had, because of the teachers that made an impact, because of the experiences that I've had. I'm excited to be a teacher. I'm an aspiring teacher, ready to teach and to be done when I'm done with ITEP. Education has made me a planner, but I crave to know things that I didn't. I love to learn, and I'm excited to be a lifelong learner. I'm excited to be an educator. I feel like not only has it taught me, my education journey has taught me education, but it's taught me social skills. It's taught me how to interact with people. It's taught me how to apply my knowledge to the real world. So I am very excited to be an educator. Thank you.